Hi everybody, welcome back to Makeda Skincare. I have a video today. I'm not going to be demonstrating anything that I'm making or doing for you, but I do have some really good information. I was kind of perplexed about how I wanted to do all of my products. I have to do natural skincare for me because if I have any kind of fragrance oils or any kind of synthetic products that I use on my skin breaks out in rashes and I get hives and stuff all over the place. My skin starts to burn really bad. So that's how I started making my skincare, as I've said in previous videos. But sorry, I have an itch on my nose. So I watched a show last night on Netflix. It was really good. It was actually called Stink, S-T-I-N-K, Stink. And this guy really went into depth about the problem that we have with products and the synthetic chemicals that are used in them and how dangerous they are. Very, very dangerous. And what was really interesting to me was that I actually didn't know that the labeling was so the laws are like so lenient that literally you can put anything in there, call it fragrance, and it's legal to use. So for instance, if I wanted to put arsenic, I'm not kidding, arsenic, really arsenic, or aluminum, or think of any really nasty chemical that that's made by corporations, and I can put it into something called a fragrance, and it's okay to put on your skin, put on your child's skin, shampoo with it, bathe with it, moisturize with it, clean with it, anything, as long as it's called fragrance, it's basically legal. There's like only 10 chemicals in the entire world that the FDA has decided is not okay to call fragrance here in the United States. Now, other countries like the UK, Europe, even China, they have banned at least 1,200, if not more, chemicals than we have. But the lobbyists are a big problem as far as this labeling is concerned. So I can take arsenic and put it into fragrance and put it into my soap or anything that I make, and as long as I put fragrance oil on my products, on my label, I'm pretty much good to go, and that's super scary. So this goes back to how I wanted to create my company. I've been making skincare products for decades, yeah. One decade, maybe 1.5 decades, 15 years, something like that. And I had a couple of different product lines where I would make all natural stuff as far as like moisturizers and cleansers and soaps that I used only essential oils for. And then I had a couple of other soaps and body scrubs that I put fragrance oil in. And although fragrance oil is really irritating to me to make, not because I don't like the smell or anything. Well, I like the smells, but I don't like how they make me feel. My nose gets stuffed up, my skin starts to itch, my throat starts to close up. So I have to be really, and I get like headaches. So that I make stuff in my home, it's really bad when I'm trying to go to sleep and I have a headache because I used fragrance oil in one of my products, that earlier afternoon. And now I've got a headache and I can't go to sleep because I've got this fragrance oil smell in my house. So, so I was really kind of torn between how I wanted to do my fragrances, or how I want to do my products, what fragrances I want to use. So essential oils is not the same as fragrance oil. Fragrance oil is synthetic chemicals, compounds that go from the scale of, arsenic. I mean, they put all kinds of stuff in this. I mean, it's like they can put anything in there and call it fragrance. And what happens is when you mix a couple of different synthetic compounds together, they make different fragrances. If you've ever been in a chemistry class, you can use one chemical and it smells different, but if you add a different chemical to it, then you got a completely different smell. And that's how they formulate these fragrance oils in labs. So what you're thinking is a really cool, nice, smell of vanilla or, oak moss or something like that. That's actually a fragrance oil. It's actually very dangerous for you and your family to use. It's been linked to obesity. It changes the DNA for your endocrine system. And your endocrine system is extremely important. That's all your lymph nodes. That's the nodes in your neck. That's the lymph nodes on your arms. It's the lymph nodes next to your chest, your breasts. If you're a woman, it's very dangerous. The lymph nodes in your groin area, which is extremely dangerous. There's very sensitive tissue in there, not for the reasons that you may think, but if you ever go to your elbow, where you have like really, really thin skin and your blood supplies up close to the skin, that makes a big difference as far as what you put onto your body. And so your lymphatic system is like the runner. It's like a track runner for immunity. It's like it's like the track system throughout your body that keeps your body healthy. It's telling your brain and your nervous system that everything's okay. So what these fragrance oils actually do, they're called endocrine blockers. And the endocrine system, like I said, is your lymph nodes, it's your pancreas. Compounds have tons of different really, really bad chemical compounds in them, and the structures of them are horrific. So essential oils are made from plants. They are distilled from plant leaves. Like eucalyptus is what they do is they take a ton of eucalyptus leaves, they stick it in a really, really hot solution. There's a hot water that goes underneath it, and it steams everything out. Well, then the oils in the water are different. They're different weight. So the water runs off one place, and the oil runs off a different place. So they're heating up the oils that's already naturally in the plant leaves, and that's how you get these really beautiful essential oils. So essential oils are very, very good for you, and they actually do very, very powerful medicinal purposes, I would say, or relaxation. They actually have lock and key sensors. So they have like a lock and key, like how you put a key in your door lock. And so like the nervous system, lavender works lock and key with your nervous system. That's why it's so calming. Eucalyptus and camphor, for example, work lock and key with your mucous membrane tissues, which is like your nose and your throat. So it's very, very good for like colds and things like that. And ironically, fragrance oils also work on your mucous membranes. So anything you inhale, anything that you bring through your nose, you inhale through your mouth, is brought into your endocrine system to wreak havoc on your body. And it's actually been proven that once it reaches the endocrine system, it actually can go into your DNA and change your DNA strands. And so in this documentary that's called Stink, it was actually shown how the rise in cancers from the 1970s, when all this chemicals started happening, like they really started exploding in the 1950s because we had chemical warfare after World War II. But it started becoming very popular to have these products in our homes in the 1970s, early 1970s, late 1960s. And the rise of cancers, of all different kind of cancers. Video, please subscribe. Please hit the like button and hit that notification bell. I'm going to be putting out videos on how I'm making stuff, and it's all going to be with essential oils or unscented. So no fragrance oils there. So if you want to go to my website to buy my products, it's MikadaSkincare.com, and it's spelled MIKADA skincare. It's all one word. So MikadaSkincare.com. And thanks for